G'day, Rockhound here. We're about halfway through the finals closed beta now, so it seems like a great time to make an announcement about something that a few of us have been quietly working on for a little while, and also take the time to summarize a number of game patches and a balance update from Embark Studios. Before that though, a reminder that I'm putting a sweet $50 Steam gift card and some Rockhound Black merch up for grabs for your top moments in the finals in my top plays of the finals closed beta competition. I want to see your best or funniest plays or your epic fails. The best plays will feature in a compilation video after the closed beta ends. Watch the video linked above or at the end of this video for all the info on how to enter the competition. Okay, onto the announcement. A few months ago, a handful of us started working on a proper wiki for the finals so that when the game is released, the finals community has somewhere they can go for detailed info about the game. And of course, being a wiki, it's somewhere that anyone in the community for the game can contribute info to. So I'm delighted to announce that the finals wiki is live and can be accessed at this address, which is also in the video description below. With the closed beta in full action, there's loads of new info that needs to be added to the wiki now. Those of us that got it underway added what we could to simply kick things off. But if you're keen to contribute all the new pages on weapons, gadgets, the new soul map, game updates and so on, please jump into it and help the community out by adding whatever valuable and accurate info you can. The wiki also includes info on a series of pre-release Easter egg puzzles that Embark Studios have been providing to the community through the official Discord for the finals. So if you like solving Easter eggs, then jump into the Easter egg channel and help us in decoding the ongoing and complex multi-level puzzles. If you have any comments or questions about the wiki, either pop them in the comments below or head over to the finals official Discord and ask there. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Embark Studios for some technical help they provided so that we could get a good looking and ad-free wiki set up for everyone. GG to them. Okay, onto the game patches and updates. The main fixes in patch 0.1, which was released pretty much within a day of the closed beta starting, dealt with the hit registration bug that prevented players from doing any damage and improved the level of detail for high quality graphics settings. Patch 0.2 was larger than 0.1 and arrived one day later, as well as including the most frequent client crashes and a bunch of smaller bug fixes and adjustments. The patch fixed an annoying crackling noise and phantom footsteps that were being heard, and fixed a bug that prevented awards from showing up. It also made it easier to pick up your teammates' statues rather than triggering a revive, and in a major boost to XP, players would receive 500 XP per round, which meant that the rate of progression would get a much needed increase. Another day later, we saw a balance update, which didn't require a client update, so was done server-side. This doubled the reward for each elimination from 100 to 200, which I have mixed feelings about, because while it boosts those teams that make a lot of kills but have less success with cash outs, it also potentially made it more attractive to players to just go solo sniping and ignore the objectives. These sorts of experiments are good though overall, and the only way to find out if it changes it for the good is to try it. I think with less uncertainty was an increase in the score reward from 1,000 to 2,000 for depositing a cash box, which provides a good incentive for teams to unlock vaults and transport the cash box to the cash out station rather than just camping the cash out station and aiming for a steal. Team wipes had their respawn time reduced from 30 seconds to 25, but as I mentioned in my recent review of the game, I think that the punishments for team wipes are still too severe, with your score being halved, the team wipe respawn timer, and often you've just lost an opportunity for a cash out as well. The balance update also saw the number of respawn coins increased from 2 to 4, which gives your team more flexibility to avoid full team wipes by individually choosing to respawn if you think your team is about to get fully wiped, or they simply can't get to your statue to complete a revive. A number of gadgets were also rebalanced, with the number of jump pads that medium builds have deployed at any one time reduced from 2 to 1, but the jump pad's cooldown timer was also reduced from 20 to 15 seconds to reciprocate that. The zipline cooldown was also increased from 20 to 30 seconds. Then we've recently had the largest patch yet, with multiple fixes, updates and balances made, with 4 pages of patch notes provided by Embark Studios. It's actually really impressive how much work these developers have been doing in a very short space of time. I know the game was by no means perfect when the closed beta started, but Embark have clearly been pushing hard to make as many fixes and quality of life changes as they can throughout the 2-week playtest. I won't go through all the updates in this latest patch. If you're keen, you can read the notes on the Finals Twitter account or the Finals Discord, and I'm keen to add a patch notes section to the Finals Wiki, so it's easy to go back and look at all the changes that were made throughout the game's life. Now, probably the biggest bug fix in this latest update was resolving the issue issue where your character's movement would become like you were on ice skates, sort of slopping around all over the place as you moved, which was apparently caused by bad goo canister spawns in the game. Medium builds have also had their vaulting and ledge grab animations improved, and I could see this while watching DeMeister, one of my usual teammates, streaming earlier. If you scout around YouTube, you'll also find a video by a content creator named Moki Sniper with some crazy zipline boosted jumps. Embark have pretty much now nerfed that completely with this latest update, and I suspect they'll probably work out before the next public iteration of the game how much of those sorts of antics they want players to be able to achieve, but for now it's gone. I'd like to see a little of this left in the game so that the ziplines can be used in more than one way. Perhaps they could have it that you could dismantle the zipline as you approach the end, and that would send you flying even further in the same direction that you're traveling, as if the cable had snapped. But the downside would be that your teammates can't then use the zipline. Let's see what Embark allow us to do down the track. The patch also made picking up revive statues more reliable, which is great because it's often done on the run and there would be numerous times you'd somehow miss grabbing them. Embark also removed the effect that shows that you're on fire from occurring on the spectator camera. They also made it so we can finally shoot through railings and fences, which was really frustrating when you couldn't. Some of the jump pads on the Soul map have also had their direction tweaked, so hopefully you're less likely to plummet to your death at the other end of the jump now. Some audio updates were also made to improve game audio here and there, although no mention of enemy footsteps, which really need to be added, but maybe that's something much bigger than a patch during the closed beta. Various changes were made to improve the quality of low and medium graphics, which is great for the beta, with a lot of players mentioning less than ideal frame rates, so many people may be lowering their graphics settings from their usual levels anyway. Several of the weapons have received changes. The M32 grenade launcher now detonates on impact after one bounce, but an increase in round fuse time and a reduction in its inner explosion radius seem like nerfs. Similarly, while the pump action grenade launcher has had its minimum and maximum damage increased, it still seems pretty weak. And while I'm yet to try both the grenade launchers outside of the practice range since the update myself, feedback from friends using them still says that neither is a fun weapon to use, so maybe there's a bit of work to do on the grenade launchers. The flamethrower has had the intensity of its visual effects reduced when fired directly at you, which is good. Anything to reduce the visual clutter gets a thumbs up from me. Various fixes to gadgets have been made, and thankfully mines now work, and from what I've seen are a very useful gadget now. One of the most popular gadgets, the Medium's Guardian turret, has received what I think was a much needed health nerf, shifting from 350 to 300, so maybe we'll see that becoming used a little less and a bit more variety of gadgets appearing as a result. Okay, that rounds out the most significant changes in the 3 patches and the balance update that we've seen since the start of the closed beta. Again, I'm really impressed with how Embark are ploughing forward with lots of changes and providing regular updates and fixes. I think it's a very good sign for things to come. Let me know in the comments below which changes you are happiest to see and what changes you'd like Embark to make before the playtest ends or beyond that. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like, and if you want regular updates about the finals, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha. Stay strong.
Everybody knows the world ain't right. Down on your